early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the vote.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt. They think that maybe, given all of the crises facing this country, it's about time that there was some bold leadership here and that this institution made some hard choices.
I've got to go. Let me respond. There's a lot to respond to here. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. Okay? Number one. Number two, I mean what I say when I say it. I mean what I say when I say it. I'm the only person who's ever run on 3 platforms that I was told could not possibly win the election, and I never ceased from it. One was on restoring the soul of this country because of what I saw happen in Charlottesville. That was it. No one else was talking about it. The words of presidents matter. Nobody else.
Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother.
I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up. And they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, big trouble. And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation. That's right, folks. We are here. We've installed another installation. It's the installation has been installed, and we are here to reap the benefits of the installed Asian. And so that's what we're doing. I'm going to drink some coffee. I love coffee. So we got a show here. I want to announce that this week I'm going to hopefully have some guests on. I'm going to try to get back into the swing of having more frequent guests on the show. So, that's going to be a thing that is occurring. It's going to occur, and I'm going to incur the occurrence, and that's it. So that's going to happen, and so that's going to happen. So we got a show here. I'm going to do like a, I'm like really hungry, so I don't know what I'm doing. But there's a lot going on, folks. There is a lot going on. So let's get into the recap. If you notice, the thumbnail for today's program features a doggy. Because dogs are cool. And we will get into the dog portion of the program that will be occurring. I will incur as well as concur, as well as canker, but hopefully not that. There's a dog, so that's kind of what's happening here. Yeah, we got people here that are coming for the dog. So yesterday was day 103 of protests in the city of Elizabeth City in the county of Pasquotank County, North Carolina, over the police assassination of Andrew Brown Jr. that took place on April 21st, 2021. We have been out here for 153 days in a row, folks. It's pretty incredible. Again, this is a small town. The U.S. Census for 2020, which I'm going to be honest, I have no faith in because of last year and how they handled the census. But the U.S. Census of 2020 says that we have about 18,000 people that live in Elizabeth City. And so, for a small town to be doing daily protest demonstrations, it's pretty incredible, to be honest with you, to see something, because you see in a lot of major cities, a lot of giant cities with millions of residents, that when they have these instances of overt police brutality and police killings, there are not typically demonstrations that are being held every single day for a considerable amount of time, and so. It's just an incredible thing to see. It's an incredible thing to bear witness to. It's an incredible thing to be involved in. And, yeah, so for those of you that don't know, by the way, my court date is next week, next Thursday. So I'm going to tell you now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a show next Thursday. And so that's, just letting you know. I was trying to point the camera at the dog the whole time. This is Marley the dog, folks. They're a dog, and, I got a little bit, I'm going to skip this part, that part's going to be censored, but Marley the dog was joining us yesterday, and it was pretty incredible. I wouldn't bring Max out to the protest, because he's a little weird around people, and if something were to happen, I don't want to, be responsible for a dog. I want to be able to run, I want to be able to hide, etc., so that's, yeah, so we've done 153 days of continuous demonstrations, in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. I don't know when the demonstrations will end. I'm not sure. But either way, we've been out here for quite a while now. And for those of you that don't know, the murderers that shot and murdered Andrew Brown Jr. in a school zone, firing bullets from assault rifles into neighbors' houses, into their own vehicles, because they are just really bad at shooting. They are now calling themselves peace officers. So for those wondering, yeah, they're peace officers. So when you go see Robert Morgan at Muddy Waters, you can be rest assured he won't kill you because he's a peace officer. Now, apparently. And so that's the kind of situation that we're dealing with here in Elizabeth City and Pasquotank County. The county is controlled by far-right racists that are doing their best, even though the Confederate statue in Elizabeth City was voted to be removed in July of 2020. They're doing their best in regards to making sure that it is not moved. They are trying to keep it there as much as possible. They are faking death threats. They are faking all this. They are stealing money from the Pasquotank County Treasury and redistributing it to their friends in the form of legalized corruption and money laundering. They're doing their best to not move the Confederate statue because why would they? They're a bunch of far-right racists. The Pasquotank County Commission is also, as well, participating in anti-science, COVID denialism. They are trying to get people killed, and they are succeeding as far as I'm concerned. They are pushing for schools to be open. The whole thing is a giant disaster. But that's neither here nor there. We've been out here for 153 days. We're probably going to be out here for 253 days. We're probably going to be out here for 365 days. God willing. And so, again, just another day in the books. And that's the situation. That's what we're dealing with. And that's the situation. So, 153 days, folks. Goddamn. I had cops knock on my door once, and Max actually almost bit them. This was when I first got Max. This is maybe a month after I got Max, and cops knocked on my door because they didn't know what house they were supposed to be serving a warrant somewhere, and they didn't know what the house was. You'd think, oh, they're police in the era of GPS and the era of Google Maps. Didn't know where the house was. So they knocked on my door to ask, and I was a little freaked out. So Max noticed my energy and almost bit them. So Suzamogus 4, you want to come on the show and discuss? Do you have a phone number? Do you have Discord? Do you want to hop on the show and discuss these comments you're leaving in the chat? I am a photovoltaic technician. Photovoltaic. Never heard of that before. Look this up. You want to come on the show and discuss your career choices? Relating to the production of electric current at the junction of two substances exposed to light. That's interesting. You want to come on the show and discuss your career? Look at the US dollar, I'm on it. Do you want to come on the show and discuss the career? Anyone? Is it gonna happen? I don't know why these people like love to talk shit, and then as soon as they, oh fuck. I'm getting on the show to talk shit. I can't do it. Like, wouldn't you want to talk shit directly to me in a live setting? Isn't that preferable? Seems preferable to me. Like, if I were trolling someone, getting on the stream, I mean, that sounds pretty cool, you know? It's just me, though. I'm built different, folks.
I would say, oh, I'm not a beta male. I'm not a beta male. You're a beta male.
Beta.
I would say, oh, I'm not a beta male. I'm not a beta male. You're a beta male.
Beta.
All right, well, you tried. You failed. I'll see you later, bud. Open invitation if you want to come on the show, but you're banned from the chat. If you want to come on the show, just DM me on Twitter, and that's all good. So anyway, over the last couple of days, there have been some pretty horrible things going on at the southern border in the United States of America. For those of you that don't know, Donald Trump is not the president of the United States. That's correct. He might in his own world, and Republicans might in their own world think he is, but he lost the 2020 election. And so if the president of the United States lost in 2020 and we have a new president of the United States, why is this still a thing? So we have a photograph here. U.S. Customs and Border Patrol on horseback whipping asylum seekers from Haiti. This is, I mean, it's, there really is no commentary that you can provide for this. But we have some news videos here, and I want to play them, so. I mean, I really, like, to me, it is incredible that these people are able and willing to do these things, right? That's the incredible part, right? Like, that human beings are capable
Our family sends us
of
money,
such
but
evil.
we can't eat. We have children, but don't have diapers. Look, now I have to cross to the Mexican side with wet money to be able to buy things for the child, and we have nothing. We're unable to eat. I need help with everything that's happening to us over there because there are a lot of children, and they're only removing the single parents, and the children are left alone. Just imagine.
I mean, just look. I really, there is, you know, I am not a supporter of the death penalty. I want to be very clear. I am not a supporter of the death penalty. That being said, the death penalty has yet to be abolished. So my opinion on the scenario is we have a death penalty. It exists. Right now, I would like it to no longer exist. That would be ideal. But we do have a death penalty in the United States. Donald Trump reinstated the death penalty. So I'm just throwing that out there.
This is how one US Border Patrol officer received Haitian migrants crossing the Rio Grande, coming back with food to a camp they've set up in Texas.
Hey, you use your women? This is why your country because you use your women for this. You go.
So, the guy on the horse, the cryptid on the horse, says you use your women for this. What does that even mean? Who's using women and for what? What does that mean? I don't understand what that means.
No, that way. Hey, no. No.
We've got our families inside, dying of hunger. We've had to go out to buy food.
No!
You can see
I love how they're just walking around the guy on the horse, and that's it.
Getting back into the camp after they went across to Mexico to get food, they say, because there isn't enough food for them actually there in the camp. There's more than 12,000 migrants, mostly Haitians, in the camp that sprung up in Del Rio, Texas, over the last 2 weeks. They want asylum, but US authorities are overwhelmed. This is just the latest flashpoint in a months-long surge of people illegally crossing the border, and there's little in the camp for them.
So I just want to issue a correction. It is legal to request asylum. That is, you're allowed to do that. You can say, hey, maybe you might remember Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. That may be a thing you remember. And she completely destabilized the economy of the country I'm from. Well, flash forward 10 years later, that has consequences. Can I have asylum? Like, that's illegal. You're allowed to say that. This whole thing is...
Products, there aren't any. Food, there isn't any either. They don't give you anything.
We met Nicholas on the Mexican bank of the river, searching for food and medicine for his family. He hadn't realized until we asked him about it that US authorities are also now flying Haitians back home. There's planes now going deporting people. What do you think about?
Think about this. Planes. They are going to spend millions of dollars on jet fuel and plane rides instead of giving these people food, water, basic housing. I just cannot and will not. I can't. I mean, the world is so absolutely astronomically fucked up that we are going to be spending millions of dollars on jet fuel instead of food, water, and shelter. What? 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 Does that make any sense?
What kills me about that is that everyone knows what we Haitians are going through. There's no president. Crime is high. Students can't go to school. There's no work. The economy is down. People can't put up with that. Deportation is not good for us.
Like many others, he said he'd suffered to get this far, on a journey through South America, past gangs and through a patch of jungle called the Darien Gap, notorious for rape and robbery. It was really difficult. I saw a lot of us who died, he told me. Now he's touched ground in his promised land.
So you can watch the full report there if you want. But I mean, like, I cannot, like, what the fuck is going on in the world right now? Like, I am 100, maybe yesterday I was 99%, right? But it's like, I am 100% certain that the world is ending. Like, this is not sustainable. I am 100% certain that me as a 25-year-old will outlive the United States of America. I think the U.S. is done for. There is no way that this country can survive another 70 years or so. It's just not going to happen. The entire planet is on fire. Like, think about this. In 25, 30 years, there are going to be entire sections of Earth where billions of people currently live right now that are uninhabitable. Think about that. Think about, like, where, like, oh, we can't have 12,000 refugees from a country that we destroyed, the United States destroyed. So the United States goes in and meddles in a country, destroys their economy, sets it up for failure. And then after it fails, what are we going to do with the billion people that are going to be living in burning hot infernos in the next 40 years? If we can't handle 12,000 migrants from a country that we destroyed, what are we going to do in 30 years from now? The U.S. government won't even pass an infrastructure package that doesn't even equip us for the next 30 years. It just prevents us from dying in the next 5 years. The United States government won't even do the bare minimum. New York City gets hit by a hurricane. The most, like, iconic location in American history, New York City, destroyed by a hurricane. They don't do anything. They don't give a fuck. Meanwhile, we have dumb fuck motherfuck Americans that are refusing to take a vaccine. And then you've got the administration that originally said they would participate in a global vaccine sharing program, but they're not doing it because they said, America first! We'll only share our vaccines when we reach a certain vaccination percentage. And right-wing dumb fuck motherfuckers and stupid celebrity loser bitch motherfuckers like Nicki Minaj are going out there saying don't get vaccinated because they're fucking stupid, and then the hordes of consumer losers that follow these dumb fuck assholes are going out there and spreading a disease to people, and the US government is like, we're just sitting on all these vaccines that are expiring instead of sending them to populations that would love them. What the fuck is going on? There's... Bob, Sal lives in New Zealand. This was Al Jazeera here, the clip that I watched. I mean, again, I don't want, like, I initially made my show a morning show because I want to start people off on their day in a good mood, but I don't know how to do that anymore. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do that anymore. I just don't. There is nothing you can say to me that will convince me that any of this is going to end up good. None of it. We're all fucked, folks. It's not just the US, it's the whole world. The entire world is ending. Did anyone think it would be like the movie 2012 where there's just giant tsunamis or whatever? That's not how the world ends. This is how the world ends. Have y'all paid attention to food and water prices, by the way, that have been skyrocketing? So, AOC forcing the vote, folks. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez just told me she is a no on the $1.2 trillion infrastructure package on September 27th if the House and Senate have not approved the larger Democratic-only economic package by then. She called moderates demanding vote by September 27th a, quote, small destructive group of members. AOC told me, quote, I will not vote for an infrastructure bill unless we have a reconciliation bill ready to go. She confirmed she meant that it has to pass both chambers of Congress for her to get yes on infrastructure, and predicted about 45 progressive Dems are in the camp. So also I have a clip of AOC from a couple days ago going on CNN discussing the very similar topic.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but you mentioned fossil fuel industries. It reminded me of something you had tweeted, actually, when Senator Manchin voiced his opposition in an op-ed last week. You responded via Twitter on September 2nd. You wrote, Manchin has weekly huddles with Exxon and is one of many senators who gives lobbyists their pen to write so-called bipartisan fossil fuel bills. It's killing people, our people, at least 12 last night. Sick of this, quote-unquote, bipartisan corruption that masquerades as clear-eyed moderation. Fossil fuel corpse and dark money is destroying our democracy, country, and planet.
Folks, this infrastructure bill is not enough. 3.5 trillion, not enough. It's not enough. 10 trillion, not enough. 20 trillion, not enough. The world is going to fucking collapse in on itself. Unless we completely reshape our global economy, we're fucked. But $3.5 trillion would make us slightly less uncomfortable over the next 10 years. It's going to make it so that maybe we get an extra 6 months out of human civilization as we know it. And even that is too much. Even that is too much. For these dumb motherfuckers in Congress. These stupid ass dumb motherfuckers like Joe Manchin and Joe Biden.
All day our community has been pulling bodies out of homes from the flood, entire families, and we're supposed to entertain lobbyists' talking points about why we should abandon people and do nothing? No. Are you suggesting that Senator Manchin is more interested in pleasing lobbyists than in saving lives from climate change?
I think that in the year 2021, if any member of Congress, whether it's a member of the House or whether it's a member of the Senate, continues to aid the fossil fuel lobbyists in advancing their agenda over the consensus of science, then they are disconnected from the reality on the ground. And that is simply a fact. You know, what we've been doing over the last 4 days, first responders in my community have been pulling out bodies from apartments, basement apartments in New York City because of these flash floods. And the idea that we're going to continue building fossil fuel infrastructure, that we're going to continue, even in my backyard, continue to try to build things like peaker plants, natural gas, fracking pipelines for fracked gas, it is unconscionable. We know that the science is in, and it says the construction of new fossil fuel infrastructure.
Folks, I'm sick of this shit. Like, AOC is one of the only people that has any power ever that is saying anything at all even slightly in line with the real world. Also, that's an incredible freeze frame. But, like, honestly, this whole entire, like, play that we've been watching, this movie that we have on television called the United States Government, democracy as they love to call it, even though it's a republic and it's not democratic at all. It's a fail. It's a flop. This is a fucking loss. We're still out here pretending that Joe Manchin is a senator? What is a senator? What is this? Fucking Rome, motherfucker? Oh, yeah, the glorious senator. What the fuck is a senator? He's just a fucking meat sack like the rest of us, walking around trying to destroy the fucking world. Oh, but he's a senator, yes.
Will endanger people. It will make these storms worse. We have the capacity to transition to clean and renewable energy and create millions of good union jobs in order to transition to both our infrastructure and our energy system as well as our power grid. So I do believe that with all of that evidence that we have, with all of the opportunity that we have, economic opportunity that we have, if we continue to listen to the fossil fuel lobby, and if we continue to allow them to have this infrastructure, have this influence in Washington, we are endangering our constituents. And we have to choose the science for once ahead of the lobbyist money.
Radical, far left. Extremist. AOC's an extremist, folks. I mean, we're fucked. I mean, again, we're fucked. Oh, the senator doesn't want an infrastructure package. The fucking senator. What? What is a senator? Like, think about this. Think about what's really real in this world. What do we actually need in this world? Well, we need food. We need water. Right? I mean, we've constructed a society to the point we need to find out how to make energy. What the fuck is a senator? We need garbage collectors. We need landscapers, I guess. I mean, we don't technically need them, but it would be nice. What the fuck is a senator? We need electricians. We need construction workers. What's a senator? Does anyone want to tell me what a senator is? What the fuck is a senator? What? A senator is the reason why we're all gonna die? We're all gonna fucking die because Mr. Senator decided to kill us? The precious, glorious senator? What the fuck is this shit? The United States of America is the 4th fucking Reich, or the 5th or 6th. I mean, honestly, we're in like fucking super duper overload now. This is a global empire that is trying to destroy the entire planet because, oh, the glorious senator. The fuck is a senator? What is a president? If the president isn't going to do anything about the world that they live in, how are they a president? Like, can someone answer me that? Okay, yeah, they're the president. They're not doing anything. They don't pass legislation. All they do is leech American tax dollars and then give it to the wealthy. But yeah, they're the president. What? The president's supposed to be out there doing stuff. Where's Joe Biden? Where is he? Is he anywhere? Where the fuck is the president? Oh, but the senator! And yes, I know there's 50 Republicans that are useless garbage. Why are these people... Why are they here? Why aren't they in jail? Every single one of these motherfuckers needs to go to jail. They are dedicating their lives to killing as many people as they can, both domestically and abroad. The United States Senate is a mass terror organization that is responsible for the deaths, the unnecessary preventable deaths of millions and millions of people. We're drone striking children in Afghanistan because, oh, they might have ISIS there. The Senate, the U.S. Senate, is the largest terrorist organization in the world. It's a hell of a lot more dangerous than the Taliban. A hell of a lot more dangerous than ISIS-K, QWX. It's a hell of a lot more dangerous than anything else I can think of. I mean, again, the world is ending. I don't know what to tell you. It's over. Not only is the American experiment over, the whole world is over. It's done. We're gone. It's over.
This time last year.
So I got this video here queued up. This is a video from a couple weeks ago, but I saw this in my news feed. The video is entitled, Anti-Mask Adults Laugh at Teen Who Lost Grandma to COVID-19. This is the world we live in, folks. I need you to understand, this is the world we live in. Hurricanes are killing hundreds of people unnecessarily. Why didn't we evacuate them? We knew the hurricane was going to go there. We knew there would be hurricanes. Why didn't we stop extracting fossil fuels? We knew it would cause the climate to change. We knew that it would cause more hurricane activity. Why didn't we stop it? Oh, because money. Well, Not even money for us. We didn't get, it's not like we're all living in luxury. No, it's just money for like a couple dozen people. The world is ending. We are massacring people. We're drone striking children in Afghanistan, right? The border, Lord have fucking mercy. We have KKK members on horses whipping black immigrants at the border. And we've got a pandemic. A pandemic, by the way, that is never going to end because Donald Trump and Joe Biden decided, they huddled in a room together and said, fuck America, fuck Americans, fuck the world, I'm gonna go play golf. Where's Joe Biden? He finally came out with this vaccine mandate that says, yeah, you get the vaccine or don't. One hell of a mandate. And then we've got a religious fundamentalist organization in the United States called Christianity. The most dangerous, the most disgusting cult in the history of the planet, the Christians. They're all garbage. I'm sorry, folks. Oh, you're a good Christian. Okay. Okay, you're a good Christian. What? You're not a good Christian. There's no such thing as a good Christian. You are just so far gone in your fucking fantasy land that you are literally divorced from reality and you can't see what the fuck your fellow motherfuckers are doing. Christianity, a parasite on humanity since the dawn of its inception. Fuck religion. Fuck Christianity. Fuck anti-vaxxers, because this is what it leads to. Name one good thing that Christians have done. Name it. I'll wait. Until then, let's watch this video.
This time last year, my grandmother, who was a former teacher at the Rutherford County School System, died of COVID because someone wasn't wearing a mask. This is a very I couldn't understand why people would like react like that to to a statement that I made that's like so personal, you know? Last year, we had masks at school, and we know that they worked because we could stay in school all year. This year, we've already had to shut down because of a lack of staff in the school, and we're only a month into it. This is going to continue if we don't have a mask mandate. Additionally, I'm worried about my family.
Passing the gum in
if
the
I get COVID,
folks, we are fucked. There is a pandemic, airborne pandemic, and we are now approaching our 3rd year of the pandemic. The 2nd year is nearly over. We are entering year 3. And we still have tens of millions of dumb motherfuckers that just don't believe in it. They just don't believe in it. They just don't, they don't believe in it. Why are schools open? Where's Joe Biden? I was asking where Joe Biden was before his stupid fucking dumb fuck shit fuck plan that he put out. And then he puts out this fucking plan. Yeah, we're gonna have a vaccine mandate. The mandate is you either get vaccinated or you don't. That's a great mandate. Yeah, that's right, you heard me. So I'm going to mandate that you either get vaccinated or don't get vaccinated. That's the mandate. You don't need a mandate to tell me that there's two options. I either get vaxxed or don't get vaxxed. Those are the two options with or without the mandate that he added. Then he's like, I, Joe Biden, do declare that all of you will either get vaccinated or don't. Joe Biden has handled this pandemic worse than Donald Trump. I'm sorry. Now, I will say I think Trump would have handled it worse if he were in office right now. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, I personally believe that the pandemic and the way it was handled under Donald Trump right now was better than it was under Joe Biden. Where's the lockdown? At least when Trump was in office, we had a little bit of a lockdown. We haven't had a lockdown here. At least when Trump was in office, we shut down the schools for half a year. Schools have been open 2 years now. Children are dying. Teachers are dying. Schools are being shut down because all the teachers and staff are falling ill and dying. We don't have a president. We don't have a government. Now, again, I do believe if Donald Trump were president right now, we'd be in a hell of a lot of worse situation. But that doesn't mean that Joe Biden is doing a good job. This is hands off. He has done nothing. He has done nothing. Nothing. I don't even know if I can get through the rest of this video, but I'm going to try.
COVID, I'm going to bring it to my family. And I talk to my grandparents a lot. They're higher risk than me, so I don't want to give them COVID. This time last year, my grandmother, who was a former teacher at the Rutherford County School System, died of COVID because someone wasn't wearing a mask. This is a very
Bob, vaccines prevent lockdown from being needed. No. I want you, whatever you think you're saying right now, Bob, in the chat, I want you to throw that shit out the fucking window because it's stupid, dumb, fuck garbage. Like, unless you're, like, trying to postulate what Joe Biden is thinking, then yes, that's what he's probably thinking. But he's a fucking moron? If Amazon can deliver a package anywhere in the United States within 2 days, then we can shut down every store, we can shut down every restaurant, we can shut down every fucking fast food restaurant, we can shut down every department store, we can shut down all the clothing stores, we can shut down all the fucking kitchen stores, we can shut everything the fuck down and provide a global, or at least in the United States, a national food delivery service, medication delivery service, protection equipment service, and then lock down, mandatory, put homeless people in homes. We are capable of locking down. We have the infrastructure. We have everything in place. The vaccine isn't good enough. Because we have dumb fuck motherfuckers that don't want to take it. I don't give a shit what this stupid motherfucker has to say in the chat right now. Why? Now, think about how kids are feeling. You don't want to go to school because you don't want to kill your grandparents? We're going to send cops to your house. We're going to arrest your grandparents, and we're going to force you to go to school and then take you away from your grandparents and throw you into a fucking orphanage somewhere? We're fucked. But the cult of Christianity that is directly related to the cult of Trumpism, that is directly related to the cult of anti-vaccine hysteria and anti-mask hysteria, they're killing us. We need to amputate the rotting limb. These dumb motherfuckers are only 20% of the country, give or take. We need to cut the fucking leg off and throw it overboard. Because if we don't do it, the whole species, as we know it, is going to burn the fuck out. The infection is going to enter the bloodstream, and it's going to go to the heart, and we're all going to fucking die. You're telling me we live in a society where these dumb fucking motherfuckers can't go a day? Oh, well, I can't get my Wendy's, man. I need to go get my Wendy's. What am I going to do without getting my French fries? Why the fuck are these goddamn fucking stores open? Grocery delivery exists. It's existed for many, many years, at least a decade. Why do we have in-person shopping? Oh, well, people need to go out. No, they don't. No, they fucking don't. I'm so fucking mad right now. I'm gonna try, but...
This is a...
Hey guys, we're here to act professional. Please, go ahead.
Thank you. This is an avoidable issue, and by not wearing masks in schools, it's irresponsible. We're killing people. This is not something that we should be doing for the education of our students.
Okay, folks, I need you to understand how fucked we are. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. The tunnel collapsed a long, long time ago. We're on a motherfucking bullet train into the goddamn Grand Canyon, motherfucker. We're going down. We're done for. We are fucked. We have jails. We have prisons. But instead of throwing these cultish mass murderer serial killers in prison, we're throwing a bunch of black kids in prison for smoking weed. That's right. That's what we're using our prisons for. For black kids who smoke weed. And not the motherfuckers that are out there actively killing our children and inflicting mass death on our society. I was going to talk about how Texas is now enacting a law that is mandating that if you are trans, you have to detransition. Otherwise, you go to jail. But maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow because I can't handle that right now. I'm telling you right now, I cannot handle that. I won't. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. The whole world is ending. Like, we are all fucked. I saw a news report yesterday that said that we are now officially past the 1918 pandemic. Calling the White House isn't going to do anything. Go for it, but it's not going to do anything. Ricky Manor, I am not in the fucking mood for your stupid Christian fundamentalist garbage right now. If you want to talk to me, consider coming back tomorrow. In 1918, they knew how to wear masks. They barely knew what soap was, but they knew to wear masks. If you want to debate Ricky, hit me up tomorrow. I'm not in the mood. My show's almost over anyway. We have prisons. We, as a society, decided, all right, we have prisons now. We're going to lock people up in cages who are a danger to society. And instead of using prisons for actual dangers to society, we're rounding up black kids who smoke weed too much. Like, can you really believe that? We have prisons. A lot of them. They're right there. I live like a couple miles away from a prison. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. I don't mean to, like, I know that this is several days in a row. This is several days in a row that I've been like this, and it's probably going to continue. So if you don't like the route that this show is taking right now, I don't know what to tell you. But either way, I'm going to try to have guests on, so maybe that will make me less... just... I don't even know. Anyway, that's it.
We've ended the war on American energy. We were in war. And we've ended the war on beautiful, clean coal, one of our great natural resources. Dumb people, liberal people can...
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA anymore. All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA. All of a sudden, we can't talk about. All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA. All of a sudden, we can't talk about. All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA. All of a sudden, we can't talk about. All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA. All of a sudden, we can't talk about. All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA. All of a sudden, we can't talk about. All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA. All of a sudden, we can't talk about. All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA. All of a sudden, we can't talk about. All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA anymore.
Get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
Stand. And to get hot, I got hairy legs.